If you're running a business and lead generation feels inconsistent, if you're throwing money at ads and hoping something sticks, if you're working harder than ever but still not sure where your next client is coming from, this episode is going to change that. Because today, we're breaking down the one lead generation system that works across agencies, coaching, consulting, education, software, and service businesses. And if you're not using it, you're leaving money on the table. Before we get into it, hit subscribe. This isn't theory. This isn't hype. This is real operator work. And if you run a business, you need this. Welcome to Notebook of a COO. This is where we talk about the systems, decisions, and frameworks that separate real businesses from very expensive hobbies. Today's episode is about lead generation. Not traffic, not visibility, lead generation. Because here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Everything is downstream from lead generation. If you can generate leads, you can solve every other problem after that. But if you cannot generate leads, you are dead in the water. Most businesses treat lead generation like a mystery. They post on social media and hope someone notices. They run ads and pray the algorithm works. They network and cross their fingers that someone refers them. And when it works, they don't know why. And when it doesn't, they blame the platform. That's not a strategy. That's a gamble. And the problem is this. Without a predictable lead generation system, you're always one slow month away from panic. You can't scale. You can't plan. You can't build a team. Because growth requires consistency, and consistency requires a system that works whether you're working or not. So let me ask you this. Do you have a lead generation system that runs without you? Do you know exactly where your next 10 leads are coming from? Can you predict how many qualified prospects you'll talk to this month? If the answer is no, keep listening. Because there's one system that solves this, and it's been working for years across industries most people don't even think are related. The system is simple. It's called an online assessment. And before you roll your eyes and think this is just another quiz, let me explain why this works when everything else doesn't. An assessment does three things most lead magnets can't. It qualifies leads before you talk to them. It gives you insight into what they actually need. It makes people want to give you their information. Because here's the shift. People don't want another PDF. They don't want another checklist. They want to know where they stand and what to do about it. An assessment gives them that. And in return, you get their name, email, location, and answers to the exact questions you need to close them later. Now let me break down how this actually works. Step 1, the landing page. The first part of this system is a landing page that does one job, get people to start the assessment. And to do that, you need two things. A hook. The hook is either a frustration or a result. Frustration hook example. Feeling frustrated that you're not generating consistent leads even though you're posting every day? Result hook example. Are you ready to build a lead generation system that runs on autopilot? Both work. Pick the one that fits your audience. Then you add a subheading. Answer 15 questions to find out why and what to do about it. That's it. No fluff, no paragraphs, just a clear promise. Next, you need a value proposition. This is where you tell people what the assessment will measure. Example, take this assessment so we can measure and improve your lead capture process, your qualification system, and your follow-up strategy. 3 things. That's all you need. People see that and think, yeah, I want to know how I'm doing in those areas. Then you add credibility. Who are you? What have you done? What research backs this up? You don't need a PhD. You just need proof that you know what you're talking about. Finally, you add a call to action. Start the quiz. It takes 3 minutes. It's free. You get immediate recommendations. If you build this right, 20 to 40% of people who hit that page will start the assessment. That's not a typo. 20 to 40%. And that's before you've said a single word to them. Step 2, the questions. Now here's where most people screw this up. They ask random questions that make them feel smart, but don't actually help them sell. Don't do that. Your assessment has 3 parts. Part 1, contact information. Name, email, location, and phone number. That's it. You're not asking for their life story. You're asking for the minimum to follow up. Part 2, best practices questions consisting of 10 questions. These are yes, no, or multiple choice questions that measure whether they're doing the things they should be doing. Example for a lead generation assessment. Do you have a clear offer? Do you track where your leads come from? Do you follow up within 24 hours? Do you have a CRM? These questions give them a score, and people love scores. But here's the real magic. These questions also tell you exactly where they're weak. Part 3. The Big 5 Qualifying Questions. This is where you separate buyers from browsers. Question 1. Which best describes your current situation? Give them 4 to 5 options. This tells you where they are right now. Question 2. What's your desired outcome in the next 90 days? This tells you what they want. Question 3. What's the biggest obstacle stopping you? This tells you what they're afraid of. Question 4. Which solution would suit you best? Options: education, coaching, done for you, software. This tells you their budget. Question 5. Anything else we should know? Open text box. You'd be shocked what people tell you here. I have budget but need to spend it by end of month. I've already tried 3 other programs. I'm ready to start immediately. Pure gold. Step 3. The results page. This is where the magic happens, because the results page changes based on how they answered. Someone who scores 80% gets different recommendations than someone who scores 30%. Someone who says they want done for you gets a different next step than someone who wants education. Here's what goes on the results page. The big reveal. Their score and what it means. 3 insights. Based on their answers, what are 3 things they need to focus on? Next steps. This is where you make the offer. High score plus qualified equals book a call. Mid score equals join a group session or webinar. Low score equals here's some free content to get started. You're not selling to everyone the same way. You're selling based on where they are and what they told you they need. That's the difference between this and every other lead magnet. Here's what you need to remember. Lead generation isn't about more traffic. It's about better systems. An assessment qualifies leads before you talk to them. It gives you the exact information you need to close them, and it runs whether you're working or not. If you don't have a predictable lead generation system, you don't have a business. You have hope, and hope is not a strategy. If you're ready to stop guessing and start generating leads predictably, build an assessment. Not later, not once you have time, now. Because everything you want to do in your business, hiring, scaling, growing revenue, starts with leads. Fix this first. Wherever you are, that is exactly where you are supposed to be. But that does not mean you have to stay there. Until next time.